On our broadcast this morning, a warning to prospective jurors about continuing efforts to turn a civic duty into a scam. Tribal delegates debate the merits of arming village public safety officers at a TCC board meeting. And a recent emergency landing for an Alaska Airlines flight results in sidelining the plane. Your morning news begins now.
From Interior Alaska's most trusted news source, this is the Fairbanks Morning News with J.R. Lewis.
Good morning and thanks for joining us. It's Monday, November 18th, 2024, with the state reporting road conditions as fair across the interior. Leading our news, the Alaska court system is sending out 8,000 jury summons over the next few weeks and issuing a warning about jury duty scams. Scammers often threaten arrest for missing jury duty, or they demand payment to avoid jail time. A Superior Court judge is reminding Alaskans that jury duty notices typically arrive by email or mail, and no one will be arrested for failing to appear.
This is the way the court system sends out a request for you to serve as a juror. We don't call you, we don't ask for money, we don't threaten you with jail, those types of things. We will send you an email based upon information we get from the PFD list.
A proposed pilot program would arm 3 of Tanana Chiefs Conference's 14 village public safety officers. The program came before TCC's full board of directors for their consideration last Thursday and Friday at the Westmark Hotel in Fairbanks. TCC is one of 10 VPSO state contractors statewide. 9 of them are nonprofit corporations, with the other being the Northwest Arctic Borough. Arming VPSOs became legal in 2014, and in April of this year, the Northwest Arctic Borough became the first organization to arm a VPSO since 2015. TCC says executing their new pilot program would require updating 12 of their existing policies and cost about $20,000. Tribal delegates treated the idea with gravity, weighing the public safety advantages of firearms against the possibility for misuse.
This is a big deal for the organization, I think, with now, knowing that, for instance, you have liability that's going to be involved, and also people's lives, not only the officers, but people out there in the rural areas.
Multiple delegates said they'd like to postpone passage of the pilot program so that they could take more time to consult with their respective councils, and the board of directors ultimately decided to delay the vote until the annual meeting in March, when the program will appear on the agenda as a new resolution. An Alaska Airlines flight made an emergency landing at LAX last week after a main gear tire failure. As a precaution, pilots officially declared an emergency landing in order to mobilize extra ground support should it be needed. Alaska Airlines statement said there were 175 passengers and 6 crew members on Flight 309. The aircraft landed safely at 8:10 p.m. on the 14th, and officials said no one was injured. The airline said the incident is a rare occurrence and apologized to customers. Alaska Airlines also noted that an investigation into the cause of the tire malfunction is underway, and the aircraft was pulled from service. Time now for our first look at the weather. Current conditions on your screen. Early forecast for today: sunny with a high near -12. Tonight mostly clear, low around -31. Tomorrow mostly sunny, high near -6. And as always, we'll have a complete and updated look at state and local weather later in the broadcast. Still to come, we'll learn about efforts at West Valley High School to make the world a better place by focusing on recycling. And how do you make a holiday bazaar even more festive? You add puppies, and we have the proof coming right up. Those stories and more when the Fairbanks Morning News continues on KTVF Channel 11. And welcome back. As we continue with the Fairbanks Morning News on this 18th of November, again, the road conditions listed as fair across the interior. National Recycling Day was observed last week, and a group of students at West Valley High School got into the spirit with a program designed to make their school less wasteful. Alex Bengal visited with the group as they celebrated a milestone in their years-long effort.
On Monday, 6 students from West Valley High School gathered with their advisor and members of the community at the Central Recycling Facility to witness the fruits of their labor.
It's gone really well. These students are highly motivated.
Their task? To step up West Valley's recycling game.
The goal is to really spread awareness of kind of like the steps that students can do to help recycle and kind of help reduce the amount of waste that could otherwise be going back into reusable products from going straight to the landfill.
Using a dumpster provided by Golden Heart Waste Management and funding through Explore Fairbanks, these members of the Climate Defense League are better able to gather more materials for recycling at their school.
We've been able to expand our recycling program from paper and cardboard to aluminum and plastic, and we've also been given access to a large dumpster that's being emptied.
The effort involved collecting recycling from around the school and sorting it, activities that are often completed during an advisory period.
All of the teachers have been really receptive to the program, and most of the students have been too.
This recycling load represents a month's work for the students. All told, the haul weighed 500 pounds.
It's showing all this waste that we're diverting and instead turning towards good.
For the group's co-president, this represents a triumph years in the making.
We want to do what we can to kind of spread awareness about how the school district could be sending this stuff straight to the recycling center instead of all of it going to the landfill.
And the program at West Valley is only expected to get bigger. If this pilot program succeeds, there are plans to move it to more schools across the district.
We're going to collect the data and see where we're at and see if this could be expanded district-wide.
We're hoping that the school district's going to look at it and decide that recycling is definitely a positive thing for them to start doing in all the schools.
For now, the students maintain their commitment to keep the momentum going.
It's definitely been a really fun program, and it's been really cool to be able to see the difference that we've been able to make in our school and in our community.
I'm Alex Bengal, reporting for News Center Fairbanks.
Thanks, Alex. A heartwarming scene with seasonal festivities and furry friends took place Saturday at Chinook Montessori School. Bethany Doudna brings us a look.
What's the only thing better on a wintry weekend than wandering through a festive Christmas bazaar? This particular Christmas bazaar with puppies.
So all of our animals are in private foster homes, so this gives them people an opportunity to meet them. It gives our dogs an opportunity to get exposure to other dogs, other people, social environments. So it's been really successful and helpful to get some adoptions for some of these needy pets.
In addition to the Best Friends Animal Rescue, event organizers say that over 20 local vendors grace the hallways and gym of the Chinook Montessori Charter School, including several kids who attend school there.
We are having a lot of people enjoy the puppies, of course. There's beautiful hats. There's one of our 8th grade students, actually, she's selling cupcakes. She's almost sold out. We have mushrooms. We have beautiful tunics and skirts
Though this is the first year that the school has hosted a Christmas bazaar, they say that they hope to keep the new tradition going. The funds from the animal side of the bazaar go to Best Friends Animal Rescue, and the money the school raises will go towards an educational trip for their 8th grade class.
There is a constant need for homes for rescue pets, animals that are brought into the shelter, animals from some of the surrounding areas, from puppies to older dogs to kittens to cats. So there is definitely a need.
If you are interested in helping foster these animals, please reach out to bfarak.org. Reporting for News Center Fairbanks, I'm Bethany Doudna.
Thank you, Bethany. Still to come, your health and entertainment updates as the Fairbanks Morning News continues on KTVF Channel 11. Morning and welcome back on this 18th, which happens to be Mickey Mouse Day. Oh, if there's one image that everyone in the world can recognize, it's the iconic, ever so giant ears of that favorite of all mouses. The face and very dramatic ears of Disney's Mickey Mouse are on everything from ceramic mugs to balloons, touching on every industry and area of the lives of people across Spaceship Earth. Mickey's face can be found in the shape of ice cream on a hot summer afternoon, or the back of a sweatshirt on a frigid autumn morning. And when the day's work is done, kids and adults alike can join him in Kingdom Hearts, where Mickey serves as their benevolent king. It was on this day in 1928 that Mickey first appeared in the now immortal film called Steamboat Willie. And now, 96 years later, Mickey Mouse Day celebrates his legacy and his optimism that no matter what, everything will be swell. No matter what, everything will be swell. Today's show preview is coming up, but first, take a look at this.
Today, news from above, starting with a newly released video showing one very lucky pedestrian's very, very close call with a piece of scaffolding that fell from a skyscraper. It unfolded outside Boston's South Station when suddenly a section of sheet metal came crashing down from above, just missing this walking woman by mere feet. Thankfully, no one was injured in the incident, and according to WHDH, one financial center tower confirmed the plank had fallen from a worksite on its roof and that they were removing the rest of the planking to mitigate any further risk. Now on to story number 2. I give you the poop copter. Oh, it's a thing, all right. Industrious Minnesota dad Caleb Olson was tired of doing the doggy dirty work, so he cooked up this hovering hands-free contraption to do his duty for him. According to CARE, he's hoping to market the gadget and is still working out some kinks, but
doo-doo drone.
As for the name,
Poop Pilot,
he's already landed on Poop Copter. It just goes to show there's always room for new innovation for the good of mankind and its best friends behind. Finally, sending love from up above for the end of an era as one of the world's tallest roller coasters, Six Flags Great Adventures Kingda Ka coasts into retirement after blowing riders' minds with its 128-mile-an-hour speed and 456-foot vertical drop for 19 years. The steel behemoth had a good run and broke records in its heyday, but will now make way for some new thrill rides at the New Jersey park. Kingda Ka, sayonara. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
Good morning, guys. Coming up on today, 2 major developments in Russia's war with Ukraine. Russia launching a massive attack against Ukraine's power grid. And President Biden now authorizing Ukraine to strike Russia with U.S.-supplied long-range missiles. We'll have the latest in a live report. That story, and we're setting sail on a dream vacation for holiday movie fans. The sold-out Hallmark Christmas cruise. Our inside look at what makes this star-studded voyage so popular. That and more, we'll see you in just a bit right here on Today.
Now to your health. Yesterday was World Prematurity Day, a time to raise awareness about the dangerous, even deadly health consequences of premature birth. In the U.S., preterm birth is a leading cause of infant deaths, and new data shows the country has a long way to go to protect pregnant women and their babies. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither looks at the numbers and explores why experts believe U.S. infants are dying at high rates.
For the 3rd year in a row, the U.S. gets a D+ grade from the March of Dimes annual report on maternal and infant health for its high preterm birth rate.
Mothers and babies deserve better.
For every 1,000 babies born in 2023, about 6 died, according to provisional CDC data. That death rate is the same as the year before, and the March of Dimes report finds the rate of preterm births remained at 10.4% last year. Those are babies born before 37 weeks gestation, again unchanged from the previous year.
So it's remaining at historically high levels.
Dr. Amanda Williams says racial disparities also persist. For Black people, the preterm birth rate is 1.5 times higher than the rate among all other babies. The March of Dimes report says certain risk factors are contributing to the high overall preterm birth rates. First, the number of people who have chronic conditions during pregnancy and inadequate prenatal care.
1/3 of all counties in the United States are maternity care deserts. And that means that there is no prenatal care provider, no obstetrician, no midwife, no family practice doc who does OB, and no maternity unit.
Williams says identifying high-risk pregnant people and improving access to care are keys to reversing the high preterm birth trend.
We have to think about how can we keep our hospitals open, and how can we make sure that we have providers who can take good care of patients.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Dr. Williams says midwives and doulas can help support birthing families who don't have easy access to hospital care. But she says there needs to be supporting legislation that aids in the use and training of them. She says there also needs to be more research done on who's at highest risk of preterm birth from a biological standpoint to allow for medical interventions. Now moving on to entertainment news, sequels and remakes are popular with moviegoers. David Daniel has one of each in today's Hollywood Minute.
You have something in you. Rage. Never let it go. It will carry you to greatness.
A great debut for Gladiator 2. The long-awaited sequel launched in 63 international markets, taking in $87 million. That's Paramount's biggest international opening weekend ever for an R-rated movie. Gladiator 2 opens in U.S. theaters Friday.
Well, we crank it.
Good morning, Mrs. Sturak. Mrs. Sturak?
Cricket. Sweet, my first dead body.
I'm for sure going to juvie.
A summer without supervision doesn't turn out quite the way four siblings planned in Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. The comedy is a new take on the 1991 original. Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead debuts Tuesday on digital platforms. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
And speaking of famous people, if it's your birthday today, you shared with statistician and public opinion analyst George Gallup, as in Gallup Poll, born in 1901, Imogene Coca, Johnny Mercer, astronaut Alan Shepard Jr., Alaska Senator Ted Stevens, Hank Ballard, Linda Evans, Chief Wilma Mankiller, Kevin Nealon, Warren Moon, Dante Bichette, Gary Sheffield, Owen Wilson, and Megyn Kelly. Still to come, we have our complete look at weather, including the Fairbanks forecast, as the Fairbanks Morning News continues on KTVF Channel 11. Good morning and welcome back. Before we get to the weather, there's something I got to take care of. As you might have already learned over the weekend, News Center Fairbanks is joining with Alaska's news source this week. That's our sister operation in Anchorage, which means things will look different, but what won't change is you being able to tune in each morning to see news from around the 49th state, including Fairbanks. There will also be different faces on your screen delivering that news, which means that my time at this desk has come to a close. As that comes to pass, I want to tell you what an amazing 12-year adventure this has been, well beyond what I could have predicted when I came on board. And of course, I look forward to continuing to see you around town whenever we bump into each other at the store or the bazaars and marketplaces or on the riverboat in the summer. Fairbanks is my home. I was born and raised here. KTVF has been part of my life practically that entire time, from when Augie Hebert used to find me throwing paper airplanes in the studio as a kindergartner, to when Joe Scott's daughter filmed my brothers and I in the early 80s in the studio doing a fake newscast on a grainy VHS tape, to of course these last dozen years as your morning news anchor. I'm so grateful to all of you that have allowed me to help start your day. It's truly been an honor. And I hope our mornings together have meant as much to you as they have to me. And so for my final time, let's get a look at the state and local weather on the Fairbanks Morning News with current conditions upon your screen. 6 degrees below zero, calm winds, sunrise 9:39, sunset 3:33, 6 hours, nope, make that 5 hours and 47 minutes of daylight. It's never too late to goof something up, JR. As far as the temperature tracking, high today -12, average is 10 above. Low tonight, -31, average low, -6, record high 41 in 1916, and the record low 36 below was in 2011. Looking at forecasts around the state, starting up north, mostly sunny in 2 for Utqiagvik, mostly sunny in 8 for Nome. Here in the interior, sunny skies with a high of -4 in Fort Yukon, and with the wind, that could push the wind chill down to -40. Sunny skies with a high of -12 for Fairbanks. Partly sunny and 1 today for Healy. Partly sunny and 2 for Delta. Partly sunny and 1 for Tok. Down in southeast, partly sunny skies, high of 32 for Juneau. Mostly cloudy, mixed showers likely, and 37 for Ketchikan. Moving to the southwest, sunny and 12 for Bethel. Sunny skies, winds gusting to 35 miles an hour and a high of 29 for Cold Bay. Partly sunny, snow showers likely, winds gusting to 40 and 34 for the high in Cold Bay. Did I say Cold Bay twice? I don't know. I'll look at the tape. Then in South Central, sunny skies and 16 for Anchorage. Sunny and windy for Valdez, gust to 55 miles an hour, high at 27. And then for Homer, sunny skies, winds gusting to 35 and 23 for Homer. Back home to Fairbanks, sunny today, high near -12. Tonight mostly clear, low around 31 below. Tomorrow mostly sunny with a high near -6. Extended outlook, snow likely Wednesday, chance of snow after that, and much warmer. Highs 10 to 20, lows 0 to 10, and the aurora forecast is moderate. That'll wrap up this Monday edition of the Fairbanks Morning News. Big thanks again to all the reporters that I've gotten to work with so we'd have local stories to bring you. And of course, all the folks who have worked in the booth over the years, getting up at this ridiculous hour to keep me from looking like a doofus. Far from the least of which is the current guy in there, Bryant Womack. Thank you, my friend. The force is strong with you. If you missed anything in today's show or want another look, you can stream on our KTVF mobile app or at webcenterfairbanks.com. From all of us here at News Center Fairbanks, including Brian in the booth, it's not goodbye, it's see you later, and thanks for watching.